Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today I am, in fact, hitting record. I'm pretty sure I hit record last time, Rosie. Like most men, I don't know what happened. Like most men, I assure you this never happens. Today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have TYPHOID Rosie. They have a new album called Queen of Swords, which is released on August 13th. And right now I'm being joined by Rosie Rebel herself. And for those listening in, the first call went somewhere into the abyss. So we are so good at this interview that it's going to be the best one.
I was thinking that. We get a second stab at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Groovy. So.
But different set of circumstances. Life is never the same two times.
No.
Everything's different.
Right. You're wearing a different shirt. You're wearing a different bow.
I got bow. Yeah. Whatever's going on, like even if the full moon like affects me astronomically, the last full moon was so rough. I was like, I lost my wallet. It was rough. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. You know? I was like, yeah. I think I'm actually a werewolf, like in that way. Like there have been times when I'm like, don't go outside today, Rosie. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea.
You could be walking the dog and then not paying attention, then a car hits you.
You know, side note from that other thing I told you, I got ran over by an SUV. But I mean, that was the other girls. I was walking back from the beach, you know, and then I was crossing, there was like a horseshoe, and I went to go cross halfway, and this girl came barreling out of nowhere and just hit me, and like, and some people saw it, like I went flying through the air and I landed. You guys should follow me on Instagram because I show you, like, I do a lot of trampoline and gymnastics, but I think that's the thing that like saved my life, because how I landed was like, I knew exactly how to land. My tailbone hurt so much, but I landed, I landed like sitting like this. I landed like that. Anyway, that's what gymnastics saved my life. And I was really relaxed and it happened from behind. But I just think, like, I make jokes about it. Like, is that all you got, Caitlin? Like, I should go back. Do you know what I mean? Every year. Do you know how to drive yet? Dive on her.
Figured it out?
Yeah. She was 19 years old. She's probably on Instagram.
Probably.
And the crazy thing is I'm not a greedy person, but it was like, those things happen. You're like, thank God I can walk out of here and make a punk record, Caitlin. And I'm not wheeling into my own shit, right? Caitlin.
You want to see the Queen of Swords?
What?
You want to see the Queen of Swords, Caitlin?
I should get a real sword, no? Do you have one? They're kind of fun, right? I can knight people, right?
Do you knife people with a sword, or do you sword people with a sword?
I'm not a very stabby person, but
your album,
your album's very stabby.
Your album cover is quite stabby.
Oh. Yeah. What do you mean with the bleeding eyes?
Bleeding eyes. The child on the floor with all the knives in his back. The woman on the front with all the other instruments.
That's. Yo, isn't music that way? Like, like it's when you get it going good. It's like art. Think about this. I've been thinking about like my drummer a lot, and I posted a thing on Instagram. But think about drummers. They can think in fractions of a second, and that's their energy coming out of your body. So if it goes into you, it should become like a dance move, and then you hit it back like ping pong. Like the crowd always feeds off of each other, and the more that you give to people, the more that they want to give you. But as far as the bleeding eyes, I told you last time, but sadly, our recording went into the abyss. Because maybe it was meant to be that we would talk about this again. But I told you last time I lost my mom and grandma. Same weekend. It was very fucked up. And last time I cried, but let's see how strong I am right now, right?
Yeah.
3 days after my mom died, I saw her in a dream, and she looked at me like terrified. She was like, "Your eyes are bleeding! Your eyes are bleeding!" But she was like screaming, and I was like, "Ma, like, what's going on? You want to talk about other things? Like, I miss you. I love you. Where'd you go? You're gone. You know?"
Yeah.
But and my husband, the drummer, had a dream about the bleeding eyes, and then the guy who did our album cover, Paul. I don't know if I'm like pronounce it, Keppel or Keepel of the Zombie Tarot. It's my favorite zombie one. We found him and we're like, "You're awesome. Can you do this record?" We told him the concept. In the front, we want the Ten of Swords in the guy's back. That's the Ten of Swords. And out the window, there's a radio tower. That's the tower. And in the driveway, there's a chariot. It says 111 on the clock. These are all like songs on the record and a lot of symbols and like tarot references. But the one thing we didn't tell him was about the girl with the bleeding eyes. We just told him to zombify her. We didn't say anything. So I'm like, all right. 8 years ago, I had a dream about this, and my drummer had a dream about, and then bleeding eyes show up on the record. We were like, how's your bird calls, Mr. Canada?
Really good. I don't know if you ever encountered a goose from my land, but I've got incredible bird calls.
I get in fights with like geese like every day. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're okay. Swans are like the real assholes, right?
Yeah.
Parading around in those beautiful bodies, like they'll like chase you, and you're like, I don't care. You know, I don't care about you. Why you like?
Because you don't care about them.
You. They'll try and jump you, those swans. All right, so what's your bird call?
You already heard it. You heard my bird call. Caw, caw.
I do that one with my dog, and I do that one in the woods a lot, but I got and then I can't, that one, my voice is, I gotta warm up for that. And then what else?
Do you do warm-ups before you do stuff?
I have to. I did last time. I performed, but I'm like, I have to. But I have a very strong voice. Because I've been doing comedy, and I like never really, I mean, occasionally I'll lose my voice. I by nature, I have a strong voice, but I have to warm up. I'll have to get better at that. But I'm terrible, friend. I did it last time because I'm like, today's the day, Rosie. But like, I just do gymnastics on my trampoline. I don't stretch. I should stretch. You know, like Rosie. I always hurt myself too. You know,
hitting cars or being hit by cars.
Yeah, diving on windshields, on Caitlin's windshield, and I got ran over by an SUV. A lot of crazy miracles have happened in my life. So,
if I remember correctly, bleeding eyes in a dream means good things are coming to you or something to that nature. I could look it up again. It doesn't seem very nice.
That's what my tarot cards say. They're like Sagittarius. And you, aren't you?
I'm an Aries.
Are you? You're Aries. Aries, fellow fire. I knew it too, actually.
Fellow fire with a Cancer moon. I'm a Cancer moon.
Ooh, I have a Cancer North Node.
Ooh.
I got a lot of water, though. We're made up of all the elements, though.
That we are.
Right?
Yeah. Just a bunch of stardust floating around and having conversations.
We are, right? We got so deep last time.
We did.
Yeah.
I have the notes. We talked about tarot cards, dream meanings, vegetarianism. What else?
Yeah.
What else did we chat about?
I don't know, but let's feel this moment, see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And you could bring it back any time, and that'll be fun too.
Well, that's my job. My job is to coordinate the interview. Your job is to take it wherever you think it should go. And I can tell you like off-roading.
I'll tell you something about me as a performer, right? Mm-hmm. And man, I am one of the it sounds like so conceited, but I know that I'm like one of the ones. I know it sounds like, okay, Rosie, you're all right, you're okay. But I just know. I've had that feeling like my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as a performer, right?
Yeah.
I'll write down notes on like stuff I want to talk to the audience about, like on the set list or a joke that I want to tell here or there. But like the most magical moments in life are like dolphins, like surfing the waves, because the universe is very brilliant already on its own. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So as a performer, I would say that like I ride my intuition. Like I feel like I'm tapped into something greater than myself. I know it sounds crazy. Like, you're right. What are you special? You gonna come after me in the locker room? Yeah, I know. But I am. And there's performers who and you know what? And I would go out there and crush it, because whatever all this is like the best writer. Like, I mean, the universe, God, whatever. It's the best writer in the whole world. That it's like, I work in TV, and so much of my job is trying to recreate those moments, making like bed sheets not look brand new. I'm just steaming the wrinkles out, like, this bed has been here a long time and it doesn't have those new wrinkles. And whatever, that moment is where, like, that's where the jewels of life are. You know?
The jewels. You know what I'm saying? The jewels, baby.
Yeah. Don't you think?
I also think, yeah. So you've got a foot in the entertainment industry, it sounds like, Rosie Rebel.
Yeah. Yes. And
I hope they hit
really
record where you're at.
Did I? You want me to hit record?
Oh.
Do I have to hit it?
You don't have to hit it. I mean, if you want to hit it, that's like a fail-safe. We're already halfway through the interview, though. So, I mean, I guess...
Oh, recording.
Are you recording now?
Uh-oh. Is that... Okay.
Yep, you are recording. So that little blip team is Rosie hitting record, just in case something screws up on my end. We're
here with John Harris in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Rosie in New York.
Brooklyn.
Village
of Brooklyn.
Village.
Originally a Dutch colony, Dutch neighborhood.
Oh, wow. Is that where mac and cheese came from?
The Dutch are really, they're cheesemongers, aren't they? I hate to say it. They're like, maybe that's why they're 7 feet tall, with like blonde hair. I don't know.
All that cheese.
They're like, you go to Amsterdam, it's all like 6 foot, Amazon, like 6 foot models riding bicycles and blonde hair. Okay. Maybe that's the cheese. Like, they've been they've been breastfeeding. Whatever, they've been breastfeeding from I always think about that. Like, who was the first one to, like, someone had to go up to a cow, and if you think about it, they either lick that cow's tit or they... Think about it. Some weirdo was like, what happens here? Oh, milk, cheese. Like, but think about it. The first person was, they were probably creepy out there.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Someone.
The other day, somebody commented about, it's so weird that we still need to breastfeed. And I just said, and it's less weird to drink another animal's milk?
It is weird.
I'd say that's even more weird because...
Oh, man.
We're not calves growing into cows.
Yeah. Oh, man. And, like, you probably shouldn't take it there. But I think it's not... Whatever. It's not easy to breastfeed. So I hear. I wish I had that magical skill. Like, I wish I was making tip milk instead of records, But I made baby number 4 for you guys. Sacrificed a couple more eggs.
You getting
baby making ears.
You're getting teary-eyed again, but you're also beating the Twinkie. Don't beat the Twinkie, Rosie. Not today.
Famous person. I guess the band X. You ever hear like a famous punk band from way back?
Static X? No.
I don't know. I think it's just whatever. It's a famous person's Twinkie. Famous. It's not the first one I've touched either. I used to run the whole craft table at for some movies. This is funny. Like, I've met, like, a lot of... Check this out. One time, our craft table, my friend Marky, who's, like, she hires me when it's, like, they have a couple hundred extras, which is the hardest to deal. She hates extras. I don't like to treat them like, do you know what I mean? I like to treat anybody, but she hates them. She hates them because they come and devour her snack table like locusts.
Biblical proportions on the snack table.
Like, snacks into their bag. Yeah, that was it. He hates it. But this one time I came in and we locked our stuff up in a shed, and it looked like a bear came through it. I mean, whole loaves of bread. It had to be something big. I'm like, something came through our snacks, ripped the containers off everything. It was raccoons. And their favorite treat was the marshmallow. I don't want to drop those rich brands, but whatever. Mm-hmm. It was marshmallow crispy treats. And once they knew they were coming out, I'd see them, what up? Is that your kid? Woo! Usually a little kid ran by.
A little kid did just run by. Gabe, this is my son, Gabriel.
That's my brother's name.
No way.
It means strength in God, your name, right? Gabriel.
Yeah, basically.
The bor in Hebrew, GBR, means strength, that root. But words are like trees. He's cute. Look at him.
El means God is an El Shaddai.
Yo, he's cool. What's up? What's up, Gabriel?
Mm-hmm. I'm good. I can't really hear you because, I'm trying to listen to the microphone.
Do you want to chat with Rosie? Here. Chat with Rosie. Pop in there, kiddo.
What's up, Gabriel?
Pop in.
I'm good. Hey.
I told you my brother's name is Gabriel, right?
Huh?
And Gabriel's also an angel, one of the highest ranking angels, right?
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
Maybe you'll be like an angel in human flesh, you know? Go out there, fight evil in the world with love, right?
Yeah.
Good. Start working on your karate moves or whatever you need. Maybe your drums. I don't know if you play the drums or whatever you work on your skills now, you know?
Yeah.
And then what? And then one day, I don't know. Then you might have to take care of that guy one day, right?
Maybe.
If he trains with you, maybe not. You guys gotta train together. All right, Gabriel, your dad's interviewing me for my new record.
Oh.
Punk music?
Yeah, I listen to quite some punk music, but it's mostly metal and rock.
What? Metal?
Yep.
Maybe you like classical too, because classical is kind of metal in a way. It's very beautiful. Metal's very beautiful sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I do like some classical.
What? You're fancy. You're the fanciest kid I met. All right, Gabriel, give your dad back, because I don't know how our time. Nice to meet you. Tell him pleasure to meet him.
Rosie says it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks.
Bye. Goodbye. Right?
So, yeah.
Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz. Yeah, so Rosie jumped on really quick because we had to do a re-record. I did a test call. It was successful. In the middle of recording this one, I got an error message.
Oh, no.
Saying their hard drive was running slow.
What?
But then Rosie hit record.
I hit record.
Yeah, we're going to get something this time around.
Yeah. What do you want?
This is going to be an interesting one to edit for me.
Yeah, he edits all the podcast episodes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of the podcast.
I've been grooming him since he was 4 or 5 years old. He's always been tech savvy. He used an iPad at the age of 3 to teach himself how to read.
Wow.
There's apps and things, and he learned how to read through the apps on the iPad. And people were like, "You shouldn't give a 3-year-old technology." And I was like, "He's learning how to read." So
on an iPad.
He speaks 7 languages, right?
He's on Duolingo, speaking more than Duolingos, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's fluent in Japanese.
What else do you want to talk about? What did we talk about? Tarot last time? Are you still into?
Still into tarot this week? I was actually thinking, I haven't done a tarot reading in years, but just recently, my daughter Avila, speaking of other nice Hebrew names, Avila, God is my father.
Okay, yeah.
The L is Yep. And then
Av,
Avi.
like Avi, like Abba.
Yep, like Abba. Yep.
And Vila, like, it would be like God. It's her. It would mean like her God. I think. I'm not sure. Because Eli means like my God. It would have, if it was my, it would have like the Yud on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Eli. So Vila is probably like her God, or she belongs, like something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's a beautiful name.
My name has a Yud in it. The Y in Yonatan, because Natan means gift.
Yonatan.
Yeah.
Yonatan.
Yonatan.
Yeah, Nachon. Are you Jewish or something?
Oh, maybe, possibly.
They know this stuff.
Shalom, shalom. Manishma.
Manishma. What? Hakubis said, I'm not Jewish, but I had to pick a language at Columbia, so I'm like, let me pick Hebrew. It was so hard.
Yeah, you don't strike me, but I mean, at the same time, if you're coming from Brooklyn, largest community of Jews is in New York, outside of Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a...
Where else can you get knishes at a street cart?
You get pockets, you know? I always thought, like the Hasids, I always thought they were interesting. Like, they kind of remind me of, like, the Amish people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're like the Jewish Amish people. And they don't really, for the most part, they don't really bother me at all, you know?
They only bother you if you're Jewish.
They wouldn't like me that I married that my husband married a shiksa, but then I would take my Hebrew out and be like, what's up?
That's right. How do you like this, Shiksa? So yeah, I haven't done a tarot reading in a very, but then anyway, so Avila pulled out all of my tarot cards, and I was looking at them, and I was like, man, maybe I should do a reading. But it's been ages since I've done a reading. Ages. But I feel like I need a hangman right now. That's what I feel like I need. I need a hangman. I need a timeout.
You need to play hangman.
Hangman. I've been a hermit, which I've enjoyed.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm still in a hangman. Yeah. Hermit. I guess hermit, because the hermit, aren't you like learning? You're learning stuff, right?
Yeah, being out on your own, secluded from society, technically, hopefully learning something, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what kind of cards I get. I get the Star, the Chariot.
Bringing opposing forces together so that you can move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with this record, too, I think that I don't want to say it, but it's, it's looking good. I think it's looking good, you know? Mm-hmm. I got, like, one, the thing is, like, we're, like, getting our record out there, and, like, I say a lot of shit on the World Wide Web. Do you know what I mean? I've said, like, a lot of stuff about this record. I hope you got, like, if people, like, you've seen it because you've probably seen the press release, but, like, yeah, like, I've said a lot of stuff. And today this guy was like, oh, what do you think that, women have it worse? You're one of those women who think women have it worse than men? I was like, this sounds triggering for you. I blocked him right away just because I don't want to, like, I just can't deal with people like that. It sounds like you're not my people, so. Right. But, yeah, I was thinking, and in relation to this record, like, yes, and even, like, all I need is, like, a very feminist song, but it's almost flipping it. It's usually, like, guys, like, why don't you get, you know? It's usually guys, like, get on your knees, right? Tell me you love me. This is a woman saying that, so I can imagine how that's offensive to some people. But it's not even about that. It's about it's my body, right? And I feel like I have, we were saying before, like, I have a soul inside, and that's my treasure. And, like, sex is like an energy exchange. It really is. It's like, it really is. The thing inside of you that's, like, moving around, that's life, that's energy. And that's, like, especially in a woman, it's more accessible, you know? So it's like, I don't owe anybody anything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, all right, maybe I have this tank top on. See what people like, whatever. I don't owe anybody anything. It's my body, right? But yeah, in general.
You strike me as a strong and powerful woman, Rosie.
What? Thank you for saying that. Mm-hmm. If you were thinking about following me, like, this girl's gonna fuck me up. Is that in that way?
In that way, yeah. Like, Wouldn't want to cross paths with this young lady. She would use gymnastics on me and fall on her tailbone. And
I do know how to fall the right way, that's for sure. But I can't get into any. I go to this like super Brooklyn like pet food dealer. He's like my pet. He's like pet store. But I started going this like because it's like this old Italian guy and we shoot the shit. He's like, listen, because you got praise. He's like, you can't get into a fight for at least, you know. So I got like a couple more months, and this kid's like saying, like, yeah, all right, you little shit. Like, yeah, everybody goes through struggle in their life, right? Everybody. But in general, I'm not talking about Canada. How many female prime ministers have you guys had?
That's a good question. I just drew a blank on that. I don't think we've had one.
In America, too. Like, nobody, like, we've never had a female president. We don't make as much as men, right? We, go ahead.
Hopefully that changes. I mean, we have had lots of females and, shall I say, multi-ethnic representatives in office.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, like, you look at like pictures of the U.S. government, and it's all just old white dudes. Which, thankfully, in the last election, and I even shed some tears as well, were you guys as vice president. So that's great.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, we could, you know.
It's progress.
Yeah, it is. Well, anyway, it's just the way that we.
Kim Campbell was the female prime minister of Canada. I couldn't remember the name.
Hey, you guys are ahead in maple syrup.
and in maple syrup. Screw Vermont and their cheese.
And their maple syrup.
You know what we made recently? I know this has nothing to do with New York, or maybe it does. I went to culinary school and I was like, I want a Boston cream pie. So I baked my own Boston cream pie.
Wow.
And of course, it's a bit of a misnomer. So Gabriel was like, Daddy, this is a cake. This is not pie. And I was like, we all know that. We just play along with it anyway. And it's probably not even from Boston either. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a chef by trade?
I cook for a living.
That's cool. I cook too.
Cool.
I'm good with like a lot of like, I don't know where it came from because I have a lot of Eastern European blood. So I can make like really good soups and stews, and I've been like, my new thing's like broiling. I've been doing a lot of broiling lately.
Okay.
I like the fire in the like
fire. So, I'm Ukrainian and Romanian. So when you say you're Eastern European, it's like, you know, we're one and the same almost.
Yeah, we're Hungarian, but I think we're from like I guess Romania too. I don't know. My last name was like leather. It's like saddle. It means like saddle person. So like my family made like boots and like, you know, saddles and stuff like that.
We should start a band and call it Saddle Leather.
Saddle. What? We're not to, maybe. Saddle leather. I'll go with you halfway on saddle. It should be saddle something, right?
Boots and stirrups is another one that we could do. Boots and stirrups is one of my
saddle face or something like
saddle face.
Saddle face.
This is horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, we have one band that like you know, a name that we should start a band, and ours is like, it's called Brunch Girls, because I have this disease. It's like eavesdropping curse. And I will always hear these people next to me at brunch, and it's never interesting. It's never interesting or cool. It's just like a girl like, you know what? I need a new date. And I'm listening, going, I wonder what? Like, I'm looking at my husband like, okay, like, we can't even, like, chew our food. And this girl, she was so close to me, and it was building. Normally when I just cross the street. Like, someone bothers me in the city, I just cross the street. But I was sitting next to her, and it was, like, building and building. And I get up, I was like, you know what? You ruined my brunch. Like, you ruined my brunch. And the girl was like...
Listen.
And they started going, that's rude. That's rude. Back and forth. I was like, yeah, it is rude. So I was like, you see how I'm talking like this? And I was like, do you know me like this? whew, and then I had to leave. I'm like, we gotta go, because I was like so.
Couldn't even finish your mimosa.
We finished, but there was no alcohol. There was no alcohol.
What's that? Oh, is that a little lady? Oh, is that a little lady?
Oh my God, bring out the whole family.
Mwah.
Oh my gosh, the whole family's coming out.
The whole mishpucha showed up for the show.
Avila, that's Avila.
Yep,
Is that
Avila.
right?
Yep, Avila. Aviela. Avila.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And she is also a strong and powerful woman.
Hear that? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had to play her defend your temple.
Right. That makes
Defend
sense.
your temple, la Cinderella, watch your back now, my Cinderella. He loves the high heel in a cheesy, but she got to us like a true queen. I love that. It's getting a lot of play. That song's gotten a bunch of coverage in like Italy. I was like, that makes sense, because like originally when I wrote it, I was trying to say goodbye in all these languages, like arrivederci, sayonara, like see you know, this time tomorrow. But like I had the melody, and then I wrote the other thing. But like originally, it was like Italian.
It sounds like a polka song. Like if I were to go it would hire a polka band and redo the album in polka. So just
it's really funny. Like there's a part of me that I think that like if I go to these countries, like I feel like there's a part of me that like somewhere deep down, like I know the language, you know what I'm talking about? And I know the folk dances, and it just will unlock. Do you know what I'm talking about? I feel that way like everywhere I go. And my husband's my husband, he did the ancestry, he only got like Jewish. I got like I got the whole world. So I'm always like, these are my people. He's always like, shut up.
Honey, we're everywhere.
What?
The whole world is run by Jews, in case you didn't know.
Is it? Good. Wow, that should be good for us.
A Polish taxi driver once told me that the whole world is run by 2 Jews. And I just looked at him and I said, those are a couple of smart Jews. And he's
Who
like...
are they, the Koch brothers? Who are they? What are they?
It was hilarious. I'm like, really? I wasn't even offended because of how ridiculous it was. I'm like, really? Just 2? The whole 2? Who are these 2?
Yeah,
like, really?
Every once in a while, like those people, they'll just come out, like they just come creeping out. They're just like,
these 2 Jews,
you know, they think they're like you're down with their, and you're just like,
yeah,
you know, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Rosie, the next call is calling me, so let's hit stop and see if we recorded. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you.
If you don't want to come on again a 3rd time, I completely understand.
No, it's cool. We should do it a 3rd time.
Okay.
Do a 3rd time.
I'll hit stop on my end.
Look at this little girl.